To support this podcast, go to positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amount is appreciated. Once again, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Thank you and enjoy the program. I'm sure some of you quadless mainstream slurping betas who are hanging off Don Lemon's freshly fondled ballsack are cringing at the idea of my existence. But while some woke folk get their endorphins flowing by spending half the day on a Starbucks-fueled Twitter rampage, I've been carefully ironing out the wrinkles in my tinfoil hat so that I may share a few things that I've come to a conclusion on in my G-rated mind. COVID-19 was made in the lab. That's right. Look it up. You see that biolab right in the middle of Wuhan, China? You know, the one funded by international money and was filling those flying dumplings with coronavirus? Well, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So if you stuff a bunch of animals into a cage with humans poking you all day with fun-filled soy sauce, it's only a matter of time before the shit gets stickier than a pile of orange chicken. I mean, if you look at the bright side of it all, though, it only took about 1 million deaths to get Governor Cuomo fired after filling his face with his secretary's tits. According to him, that's how Italians talk. Was it really 1 million deaths from COVID, or was half of it merely a bunch of my 600-pound life stars who were waddling near death's door and haven't seen the fucking sun since high school? Since they couldn't make it from the couch to the front door. Like I said, they were already on death's cliff. Like the ending to Thelma and Louise, they just needed a little nudge from a respiratory virus. This just in. The next booster shot comes in 3 different size doses, small, medium, and large, because they are probably lacing your McDonald's french fries with the Pfizer special Wuhan sauce. Also comes with a fortune cookie. I'm sorry, but if the market was wet, then the Wuhan lab was drenched. That being said, Chinese food, still my #1 guilty pleasure. Anthony Fauci and Francis Collins should be on trial for crimes against humanity. One man who looks like the scientist from a B-rated horror movie and has a larger salary than our current president, who died 6 months ago, and he has yet to realize it. The other looks like Captain Sully's stunt double and received over $40 billion in funding, a lot of it from your ever-own shallowing pocket. Together, these traitors to human existence proceeded to oversee funding to a lab no American had ever heard of, for some research no honest American even asked for. I don't care what Marvel multiverse you're in, this is never a good idea. We all know by now that if you wanted to play God, you should have hired Morgan Freeman as your CDC spokesperson. Speaking of fearing the unknown, how many people lost their jobs, careers, social status because of a mandate that basically ignored all contradictory data? A little bit of understandable hesitation, or wanting to question the narrative, and suddenly your friends leave your texts on read. Your Subaru Forester driving Libby dad with pronouns in his work signature unfriends you on Facebook, and your shit job as a licensed nursing assistant is no longer available. Guess those bedpans are going to stay filled to the brim with Grandpa's regret. It's not like that you needed the money to pay for rising rent, fuel, and medical licenses anyway. So leave that entry-level gig to the less capable nurse who was willing to be stabbed with possible side effects, which may include myocarditis, blood clotting, and shitting in Johnny Depp's bed. This is by far the weirdest attempt at communism that I had ever witnessed or read about. Whatever happened to a good old-fashioned starvation? Don't worry, that's coming too. Just as soon as Bill Gates buys up the rest of the farmland and Monsanto poisons the shit out of it. We'll be on our way to bread lines and veggie burgers made out of canola oil and raw sewage in no time. There are plenty of other topics, ridiculous topics as well, like watching a man lap women in a swimming pool and rip trophies, scholarships, and dream on them. Selfish little prick. But maybe that's a topic for another day, another rant, and another moment where I have a few minutes of peace and quiet to chew through the bullshit that splatters my news feed that's broken so many people's fragile minds over the last several years. Is George Soros dead yet?